And we're back with Clearly Blind Productions. I'm your host, Jerry, and as always, my co-host.
The Gigantamax Predator.
Yeah, okay, Zach. So, today we're going to talk about Mad Max. Okay. Alright. What are some things that you like about the first one? Or is there anything you like about the first one?
The first Mad Max?
Yeah.
So, I'm not the fondest person of the original Mad Max. It's so slow, and their accents are really hard for me to understand in that movie in particular. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why that became the movie that was just like that spawned the three other ones, because
it's hated by a lot of people.
The original Mad Max?
Yes.
It's not great.
That's why I didn't hate it. I thought it was okay. I actually felt like it's quite underrated, in my opinion.
I don't hate it. It's just okay. I don't know if I told you this, but every time, because I've seen The Road Warrior numerous times, and I've seen Fury Road numerous times. The first time that we watched the original Mad Max and Beyond Thunderdome was my first time watching both those movies. Mm-hmm. I've never been able to get through The Road Warrior without falling asleep. Mm-hmm. And that happens in a lot of good movies. I've never finished the movie The Town either. And I heard The Town is a great movie. I fall asleep every time. Yeah. I have no clue why.
Yeah. I've never seen it. I think I've tried to watch it, but I've never watched it all the way through.
Yeah, I can never finish it. In the same thing with Road Warrior. But also, to be fair, I've never finished the movie Cars either, but that's for completely different, unrelated reasons. But you know why. But yeah, man, I don't know why I could never make it through. I didn't hate it when I sat down with the intent of finishing it. You know what I mean? If it was on, I was like, okay, I need to watch this movie because I need to understand. It doesn't even really tie into anything other than the introduction of Max.
Yep.
And the fact that he had a family and that they died and he was a cop.
Yep.
That's the only part that ever really comes up, you know?
Yep.
But, I mean, I didn't hate it. It wasn't terrible. It was slow. It was boring. It's very dated to me.
Yeah. Okay, so it's definitely very dated.
It was a lot of really ham-fisted overacting in it by the bad guys. Mm-hmm. They're basically, and I know this is like parodying that art, but they really do remind me of the psychos from Borderlands.
Yeah.
They just behave in that way that's just it's nonsensical, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
sorry. They'll understand. I'll just say but, and then we can put the oof.
Yep.
You can cut this out too, Kyle. But yeah, the first Mad Max definitely feels like a lot of overacting. It feels like it's not quite well, like you said, the movie mostly just feels, especially once you know that there's, a 2, a 3, and a 4 or whatever. It definitely just feels like an introduction movie. After when you, like I said, when you know that there's other movies involved, that's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like it was made with the intent of being a standalone movie, which I guarantee you that
was more than likely the case.
Yeah. So. Yeah, like you said, it feels very introductory.
And I know it's on a budget, too. I know that... I feel like...
It's all practical effects. They're all real cars and vehicles.
That's the thing I like about it, is going back and watching it as an adult who really appreciates cinema. I love watching movies with practical effects. Mm-hmm. Which is why I like two of the other Mad Maxes. I'm kind of on the fence about one of them. This one, I don't like as much. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not going to watch it again.
You know what my least favorite thing is about this one?
What's that?
And it happens in all the other ones as well.
Oh my god, I know what you're going to say. I remember this part.
Yep. So you have these cuts of where it gets real close in on the bad guy's face or whoever's about to die, and then it like immediately turns into a dummy with big ass fucking bulging bug eyes, which I thought was very like jarring and disconnects you from the fucking what you're watching. It reminds you that it's all fake. You know what I'm saying? It takes you out of the realism of the world, especially because like, you know, all the other things that's going on are like real cars blowing up, real cars flipping over, all of it's real. And for it to be like this bug-eyed fucking dummy that you can very clearly tell is a bug-eyed dummy, it just feels, like I said, very disconnecting from...
Yeah, it takes me out of the movie.
Yeah.
It really does. But enough about that one. Let's talk about a good one. Let's talk about Road Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Road Warrior, I can understand why it got sequels.
Yeah.
I like Humongous.
Yeah.
I think it's campy in a much better way. It is diesel punk, and I think it's what established that genre. I like the leather armor. I like the pauldrons in it. I like how when the world has gone to shit, immediately people start breaking up into cults, and people who are barely contained by society are already wearing metal hockey masks with just no clothes on. Just flexing muscles with little people walking around on motorcycles, and you're keeping, you know, other dudes as pets, and it's just metal. It's the most metal things you can do, like 2 years into the world not working.
Right.
Because let's be fair, he's not much older.
No.
It's still the same car.
Yep.
It hasn't been that long. There's still like foliage and stuff going around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, to be fair, humanity broke apart pretty fucking quickly if we're really like talking about it like that.
Yeah, because it was months. In the first Mad Max movie, it's like months, maybe a year total since the world has gone to shit, and
it's going to shit in Mad Max.
Right, and it's like you got some crazy people, but not the whole world yet.
Yeah,
but it's like you're 2 years in, and apparently the whole goddamn world is already fucking. Got people as pets wearing hockey masks, fucking leather fucking pauldrons on their shoulders, like it. Yeah, immediately. Within 2 years.
I will say that I love Humongous's design.
Yeah,
I think it is. Other than one other character, no, I take that back. There's 3 characters in these movies that I absolutely love their design, and it's Humongous, Master Blaster.
Yep.
Because I fucking love Master Blaster.
Yep.
And
just a fucking little guy on the back of a big old dude.
Yeah. And then it's I love the War Boys. I love the cult of the War Boys.
Yeah.
I just love everything. I actually really love everything about the War Boys.
Yeah.
But I like their design. I like the cult of the V8. Like,
yeah,
they really step into the car shit with Fury Road.
Yeah, for sure.
But with Road Warrior, I like the practical effects. The Whirlybird, I love that. I like how he has like a comedic sidekick relief character. I really like that. The Feral Child. I like a lot about Road Warrior.
Yeah.
I feel like that Road Warrior is why there was another movie made. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the original Evil Dead isn't why Evil Dead 2 is great.
Yeah.
And it got the sequel for Army of Darkness. I feel like that's just, you know, it's the jumping off point to show what you want, and then you go from there. And Road Warrior is basically the start of the series for me.
Yeah. Which sucks. You know why? Because the next movie, Thunderdome, a complete pile of shit. It's 3 different movies compiled into one movie, and it's just shit. It's not good. I hated it. I didn't like anything about it except for the last 30 minutes, which was a Mad Max movie. The other parts of Thunderdome was not a fucking Mad Max movie at all.
Okay. I will agree with that last part. I do not hate Thunderdome. Thunderdome is different compared to the original Mad Max, Road Warrior, and Fury Road. But I like a lot about it, but he's right. It is 3 different movies. It is very differing ideas, but I think the reason that I actually really like Beyond Thunderdome is because I'm a huge Fallout fan. Mm-hmm. And it has so many integral elements of Fallout 3. Like, I know where those elements came from now, having watched Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah.
A lot of Fallout is just Fallout 3 and 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I can understand that.
I mean, it's Little Lamplight.
Yeah. It's
barter towns.
Yeah. It's
people with caravans that are made of, like, wrecked cars that have to be hauled by camels.
Yeah.
It's still the same dusty, weird,
same universe
shit kind of stuff. Yeah, man. It's still that stuff.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how weird cults develop around misinterpreted things that happened like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I just really appreciate that. I don't like the scenes with Master Blaster. I appreciate the design of Master Blaster, and I like the dichotomy of big little guy, and one's the brains, one's the brawn, and they fight as a unit. That's cool to me. I appreciate the creativity behind Master Blaster.
Yeah.
And I like how there's like that double cross in the movie. Because Max isn't the good guy. He's basically just a mercenary. He's just trying to get shit done.
Yep.
I just remembered why I have a big qualm with the series overall. So we're going to just skip over that for a second. We're going to come back to it. Let's talk about this series overall, but we have to talk about Fury Road, okay? Mm. So, Fury Road is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Yep.
The practical effects in it are amazing, which makes the stuff that has to be CG look really bad. Mm. But the point where it's a dude in his pajamas playing a flame-throwing guitar on top of a fucking war rig, dude, that is the coolest job that you could have in the apocalypse.
Yep.
You just being a musician, and you know that guy has to fuck, bro. Like, you know that if that's your job, like, you know, you can have your Half-Life War Boys and your weird mutant sons and your breeding stock women and your, like, minion dudes who run other towns, but you're no one in comparison to the guy that just has to fucking play guitar the entire time that you're just out in the desert, making sure that raiders know, oh, Immortan Joe's on the road. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's beautiful, and okay. But the big problem I have, because I'm a stickler for shit like this, there is no continuity to these movies.
Yeah.
In Fury Road, Max starts having these weird flashes of people he let down.
Right at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And it never explains who they are.
Never.
Not once.
I know that there's a video game that tries to do that, but that's not what it's supposed to be.
No.
Like, you can retroactively make something canon, but I'm not fucking playing the video game.
Right.
This is a movie podcast.
Yeah.
So, show me in a movie, or don't show me. You
Right.
could have had the Feral Child.
Right.
You could have had the Whirlybird pilot. You could have had fucking Tina Turner.
Yeah.
You could have had anybody that was in those movies. But there's just an older Aboriginal man and a little girl.
Yeah.
And that's not his daughter.
Right. It was a baby.
Yeah, it's not his kid. So it's just like, you let us die. You let us down. Like, you can give me that in another movie, but right now, that doesn't make sense to me.
Yep.
There's a big part missing in, I think, the chronology of this movie. But that's not the only part. He has the fucking car back.
Yep.
That car was destroyed in Road Warrior, right?
Yep.
It was destroyed at the end of Road Warrior. So there's an entire movie where he doesn't have that car.
Yep.
And then
it magically appears.
And then he has it back in Fury Road.
Mm-hmm.
So Fury Road has to take place before Thunderdome, right? It can only make sense that Fury Road takes place before Thunderdome. But even then, it doesn't explain who the fuck those people were that he was seeing because they weren't in Road Warrior.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
No, that doesn't make sense either because the car was destroyed at the end of Road Warrior. So Fury Road has to take place before Road Warrior.
Right.
Fury Road would technically have to be the second movie.
Right.
If the continuity were to make sense.
Which is weird because he's got a beard. And he looks like a fucking hobo heathen.
I mean, you can grow a beard. I look like a fucking murder hobo sometimes. Hey, we both do.
Yeah.
I've seen you look like a murder hobo.
But he doesn't look like that in Mad Max 2.
The problem is I just discovered another continuity error. He fucking loses the car at the end of Fury Road. 2 times. Because there's a guy in the war party going after the war rig, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, hey, that's mine. And that car gets fucking blown up.
Yeah.
He loses that car. Once it gets flipped, they repair it. Then they use it for their party. And then they destroy it. That car, there's no reason that he can have that car in both those movies. Because that car gets destroyed both times. 2 separate movies.
Yep.
So the continuity doesn't make any sense. And I know George Miller said he wasn't a huge stickler for continuity, but I need it. I crave continuity. I crave order of events.
It makes no sense otherwise. You have holes in your story.
I love storytelling. I love the way the story is told.
Yep.
I fucking love the characters in Fury Road. I love the weird dead world slang. Mm-hmm. Also, how the fuck old is Max? See, here's my thing, okay? He could be in his late 30s, early 40s. How old are the wives? They would have to be in their 20s, but the only people that really remember the world beforehand are Furiosa's tribe. Mm-hmm. They would talk about, satellites and things like that, but it just doesn't make sense to me that there's a guy named Max Rakatansky and that he came from an older world that was falling apart but still intact. Like TV, vacations, all that shit. He lived during that time. But no one, slightly younger than him remembers it. Mm-hmm. And then no one... And everyone that's still alive is either, just degenerates. Just turned into fucking crossbow-wielding axe monsters. You know what I mean? Just fucking ass cheeks in the wind. Because who the fuck cares? It's Australia and it's nuclear radiation and shit. It doesn't make sense to me. Here's another fucking thing. So everyone said that because it would be a different Max. Like the feral child from Road Warrior was actually the guy that was pretending to be Max Rakatansky in Fury Road. But that doesn't make sense because the person narrating Road Warrior is the feral child.
Yep.
He goes off to some weird paradise vacation land.
Yeah.
And
talks about it.
And then they never saw the Road Warrior again.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. There's no continuity to the Mad Max movies other than 1, 2, and 3. Fury Road breaks continuity, and it's the best one, and that makes me upset.
Yeah. Yeah, it does, because, like you said, there's that argument that it's the kid, but that's impossible.
Yeah. We know what happened to him. Yep. He's the fucking narrator of the second movie.
Yeah. So we know that it's not him. But...
Okay. I aired my grievances about Fury Road. Or about the continuity of these movies.
Yeah.
Let me talk about why I fucking love Fury Road.
Okay.
The color grading in a movie that's just a desert is amazing. Mm-hmm. It's beautifully shot for a movie that shows nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good cinematography as far as like keeping up with the cars. Like it feels like you're right there riding along with them. Like you don't... It feels... Like I said, it just feels like you're there with them. Like, it doesn't feel like it's a disconnection. You feel like you're there with them. You feel like this could easily be happening, like in fucking Australia. Mm-hmm. Like, it feels real. And I feel like it's
very visceral. It does feel real,
right? And when movies do that, I feel like that's what makes a good movie. Is like you're supposed to feel like this could really be a thing.
You're supposed to completely disconnect and be in the movie. You know what I mean? That's why we play video games. We're disconnecting because we're controlling. But in a movie, you're supposed to disconnect because you don't have to be told about the world, but you have to feasibly understand it. Yeah. The disconnect can't be very big. Yeah. But that's one thing I really like about a lot of these movies is the disconnect doesn't seem that big.
Right.
Like, I can understand all that. That's one of my qualms with the first one is I don't understand the roaming gang of bike psychos or whatever. But I do understand people wanting to wear human skulls as cod pieces when water runs out. That's a completely fucking reasonable response, in my opinion.
When there's no more water left?
Oh, yeah, no, man. As soon as the grid goes down, I'm eating people. Like, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. Like, you know, I've said it time and time again. When the world goes to shit, I am not above cannibalizing somebody without a doubt. I will gladly fucking kill and eat somebody. And then I was actually talking to Adam. I was talking to you about this the other day. I was talking to him about how now, like, I mean, for instance, like in a zombie movie,
yeah,
and a lot of them, it shows up that like people are just already infected, and then you die, and then you turn into a zombie, right?
Right.
So I'm like sitting there. I don't care if you got bit. I'm gonna fucking cut that piece of the meat off, and then like just start cooking you. Like for instance, in The Walking Dead, there's this guy named Bob that gets bit on the leg. I would have cut that fucking leg off and then just ate him.
I can't wait for the shit to hit the fan one day. Because it's your skull I'm wearing as a codpiece. I want you to know that.
Is it mine?
Yes.
I'd like to see you try.
I'm going to paint a silly fucking mustache on it and everything. Keep your glasses and your silly mustache and nothing else.
Yeah, I'm going to glue my glasses to my skull.
Yeah, man. I'm going to fucking get a little drill bits and just bloop right on the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Don't worry. I'll get you a crown for your cock skull, okay? It'll be fine.
Crown for my cock skull.
Yeah, man. You'll just be mounted right here. But I'm going to put a little crown on it and, you know, bedazzle it maybe, you know, and fucking just walk around with my, you know, my, what do they call it? Regalia.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, I don't know how I'm going to die, but,
it'll be me! I'm going to, I mean...
You're going to kill me? I'd like to see you try.
Yeah, man, you fucking, okay.
Okay. Alright, so the world has to go to shit,
so
we can see who'd win in this fight.
You couldn't even beat me in a foot race, son. Like, what do you mean?
What do you mean I can't beat you in a foot race? I don't smoke.
Yeah, you can't breathe either.
I still breathe better than you can with your cigarettes that you smoke a pack a day.
Now, okay, we'll see about that.
You want to do it now? We'll go outside and run a race now. We'll do
see
it
now.
Fuck this podcast. Yeah, whoever wins get to eat the other one.
Well, I guess we'll see. All right, fans. We'll be back. We're gonna see who gets.
How are we gonna be back? I'll be back. I'll run this podcast. I'll talk about cat gangbangs and how I've watched John Wick only a handful of times and how it's still just an okay movie. It's not bad. I don't hate it, but like it's kind of redundant by now. I mean, I love you, Keanu Reeves, and I think you're a great man, but.
Oh my God.
You don't have to give me a bunch of fucking John Wicks. I don't have to have a bunch of John Wicks.
Oh my God. You've brought this up too many times for us to come to the conclusion. Why haven't we just fucking done John Wick for this?
I don't know. We can.
Have you watched Parabellum?
Yeah. I've watched them all.
Okay. Well, wait for... Okay.
I have them all.
Here's what we're going to do. I have a plan. Okay? Mm-hmm. One of us, because only one of us is going to be alive after this point, apparently, anyway.
Yep.
We'll use the other one's fucking skull as a fucking,
puppet.
Hand puppet, yeah.
You better make me sound like the fucking Skeletor.
No, man, again. You're just going to sound like the Monarch from Venture Brothers.
Oh. I'm all powerful, man.
Nothing can stop me now. Anyway, what were we? Oh yeah, John Wick. What are we talking about? Oh,
Mad
this is a Mad
Max.
Max episode. Okay. I'm glad we've already threatened to eat each other based simply who can make it to the end of the road the fastest. But anyway,
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
It devolved real quickly.
Yeah, that went into debauchery immediately. See, we're the type of people that will thrive in this sort of world. You know what I mean?
Oh God, yes. I mean, I will. One of us for sure is going to be the guitar guy.
Yeah, one of us. One of us will be Immortan Joe. I guess we'll just have to figure out who that's going to be.
Yeah.
If we're not already trying to eat each other and, as of course, human skulls and cod pieces and stuff. Assless chaps.
Yep.
Just big, spiky shoulder pieces. I want to look like Shao Kahn, but BDSM.
Hell yeah. No, I definitely try to be some sort of a warlord.
Trying to be a warlord now. Cut that out. But I really want to keep the part where we threaten to eat each other, but I don't know, man.
We can get back to Mad Max. It's okay.
I don't know. I've already lost interest in Mad Max and really interested about your thing where you want to conquer, third world countries and stuff. And, Jerry, people that live in those third world countries can't conquer those third world countries. You live in Kentucky. You have to go there, learn a language.
I don't have to talk. I can just be the strong silent type.
Just
go in and start blowing things up. I'll Chris Redfield that motherfucker.
You're just gonna punch boulders into volcanoes?
Yeah, it'll win. I'll win. I've done it here.
Jerry.
I punched that boulder.
Jerry. You didn't punch that boulder. You picked up a big rock one time.
Yeah, like I said, I Chris Redfield that motherfucker.
You didn't punch it. And it didn't go into a volcano. It went under a tire to get another. Oh my God, I hate you so much, Jerry. Okay, so Mad Max is good movies sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes not good movies.
But then sometimes you have a pile of heaping shit like the fucking Thunderdome.
Thunderdome is not that bad. Oh my God, you're being ridiculous. Thunderdome is...
Okay, look. I can understand what it was trying to do. Okay, you know what? I feel like Thunderdome is a movie that is set in the Mad Max universe, but it's not a Mad Max movie.
I feel that way about Fury Road, because Fury Road is the one that breaks continuity.
Well, there you go. We have two movies in one series of films that fucking completely breaks away from everything else that it is and becomes its own thing.
I mean, I feel like that's a good thing for a lot of movie series. You can't just have... That's why Terminator's not doing good currently.
Because they keep trying to...
do the same thing. Yeah, Terminator is bad because...
I've actually never seen the newest one. I haven't seen a lot of the Terminator movies. You know why?
Why?
Because of Terminator 3.
Please tell me Terminator 3 wasn't the first Terminator you saw.
No, it was the last one I saw.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I have not watched a Terminator movie since then.
So you've only seen 2 Terminator movies then?
Yeah.
You've only seen the best one and...
bits and pieces of the first one. I have seen bits and pieces of the first one.
The first one... Okay, so I'll say this about Terminator. I did not watch the first one until after I watched Terminator Salvation, I think. No, I watched Terminator Genesis and then had seen the original Terminator. I'm like, why did these movies devolve into this shit? Mm-hmm. The first Terminator is so good, and I see why Judgment Day got made.
Yeah.
Because the first Terminator as a standalone movie is fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah.
The first Terminator is great.
Yeah.
But this isn't the Terminator episode. We'll go back and watch those here in a little bit. But because you have a lot of movies to watch, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
But we're doing Rambo next, by the way. But
okay.
Yeah. Mel Gibson is. Oh, okay. So when it came to Mel Gibson, though, I feel like he should have. I like George Miller's thing, but he was supposed to have been. I remember because before Fury Road had come out, before they even started pre-production on Fury Road, Mel Gibson was supposed to either reprise his role or direct the next Mad Max.
Mm-hmm.
and I really am curious as to what that vision would have been.
Yeah.
I really want to see.
Well, and I agree with you on that because he, not only did he, he played in the first ones, but I feel like because he played in the first ones, he would probably have like a better understanding of the universe and continuity.
Yeah, I mean, he might have understood continuity, but it might have been a worse film. Look what Shane Black did.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, wait, which one was the Predator episode? This isn't the Predator episode, but that one's coming out right before this one, so I feel like it's necessary to air a small grievance about that again. Okay, so when it comes to the Predator movies, Shane Black, I don't understand where the Predators, and Prey fall under that continuity. That was the thing I meant to say that I don't understand. Continuity is a big thing for me. And I understand when you can retcon things like that. Like, you know, you have your original Halloweens, then you have your Rob Zombie Halloweens, and then you have the Halloweens that take place purely after the first Halloween, right? So Halloween...
Which breaks up into 3 different timelines.
Exactly. So you have different timelines. I have a chart in front of me. I can see it. I can keep the sequence of events straight.
Right.
Predator doesn't have that, and neither does Mad Max.
Yeah.
And I don't like it for either of them.
Right. Because, like we said, storytelling's a big thing for us. We feel like it's a big part of a movie. It's not... I know that it's cinematography, but you're supposed to... I feel like movies are supposed to be like books, but just visual. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be a good story put in front of you, and then like you...
That's a perfect analogy. Okay, that makes perfect sense. If all the Mad Max movies were books, you would have fucking no idea where Fury Road was in the books.
Yep.
You would be so confused.
Yep.
It'd
make no sense.
And same thing for the Predator movies. You'd be like, okay, Predator 1 makes sense. Predator 2, that makes sense. Badly written, but it makes sense. Predators? Oh, okay, so it's set in the same universe, but it's kind of like a side story, and we're back to basics, and it's good, and it makes sense. Mm-hmm. Fantastic, you know what I mean? There's like one small little thing that she mentions Dutch in it, but Isabel mentions Dutch, and then you go to the Predator, and then you're just like, wait a minute, what? Where does this fit in? How does this fit? How does this make sense? Yep. And then you go into Prey. And then, of course, AVP is just fucking all over the place with its continuity not making sense. Because that shit got way retconned with Alien Covenant and Prometheus.
Yep.
So, yeah, where do these movies stand in continuities? Are we going to do an Alien episode?
Well, yes, but there was another point I just remembered that I should have said in fucking Predators.
Okay.
Why the goddamn is there a pyramid in Antarctica?
Oh, yeah, we're not getting into it. I remember me bitching about that forever.
Yep.
But, yeah.
I'm a history buff. So when I seen that, I immediately was like, no, never, not possible, impossible, literally impossible. And then we double checked, and yeah, it's 100% impossible.
Yep, that's a thing that we did. But yeah, there's a lot of problems with these movies. I don't hate them all though. No. The one I have the biggest qualm with would be Fury Road because of its continuity issues. But that's only concerning the other movies that I've already watched.
Yep.
As a standalone movie, Fury Road's amazing.
Yep.
Fury Road's one of the best movies I've ever seen, as in the way it's shot, the believability of the world,
yep,
the motivations of characters. Like, I love Fury Road.
As a standalone movie, Fury Road, the only thing that we really have a problem with is the opening sequence, where it just makes no sense with the dead people. Oh, yeah, no, but those people show up quite a bit. I thought you meant the opening sequence, because part of the opening sequence is part of my favorite part of the movie, is that it's actually sped up. The entire chase is sped up in this really claustrophobic location, and I like how nothing
none of those Deus Ex Machinas that you see in action movies, they don't work for Max. Like, he tries to jump and grab a hook that's attached to the top of the mountain, and he swings, and then he swings back into the other guys, and they catch him. Like, you think, oh, well, you know, here's your escape route. No, fuck him. Mm-hmm. He spends most of the movie just, you know, tied up.
Yeah.
And I like that. You know, you mean your main character, which it's kind of arguable that either he or Furiosa is the main character, but he spends most of it tied up. You know what I mean? He's attached to the front of a car.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that the movie probably would have done better if it was, like, I don't feel like and it's a continuity thing. I don't feel like the guy has to be Mad Max. I don't think he has to be Max. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be a Mad Max movie that's set in the Mad Max universe, but, you know, he does not have to be Max.
You don't even have to have the title Mad Max. It could be Wastelands.
Yeah.
Because, like, the most current Predator movie isn't called Predator something. Yeah. It's called Prey.
Right. So yeah, it doesn't. You don't have to have it be called a Mad Max movie to be a Mad Max movie.
Right.
Like you, and if like you could watch it and then like because it makes references, like it makes understandings towards like it being a Mad Max movie without you actually specifically saying that, you know, hey, this is Max. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So like it just like I said, it feels like as a standalone movie, it would have been better if they didn't even slap the Mad Max name to it.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, you could have at least given him a different car. That fixes so much continuity for it.
Yeah.
Let's give him a different car.
Yeah.
You can make it as supercharged as you want, but it has to be a different car.
Yeah.
And fucking don't introduce weird ghosts of characters who you haven't introduced before. Show me the dead of the people that have been in the movies.
Yeah.
I'm sure by then a lot of people have died. I need a time frame for those movies, man. That's the one thing that just bugs the fuck out of me. Yeah. Is that it just doesn't show the time frame. You know what I mean? He's perpetually somewhere between his late 30s to early 50s, right? But I have no idea when all these events happened, because he was a young dude when he was the cop, right?
Yep.
And he mentions in each movie, like, oh, you know, I'm from the world beforehand, before everything went to poop. But it doesn't, oh God, it doesn't fucking matter if I don't know a time frame. Like, how long has Morton Joe been a fucking warlord? You know what I mean? How long did it take for people to be like, oh, I don't even remember what fresh water is. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely... Okay, so, like, it kind of feels like... Let's say that in the first Mad Max movie, he's in his 20s, right?
Yeah.
And let's say that in Fury Road, he's in his 40s, right?
Yeah, okay.
That's 20 years, okay? So some of the maidens would not know what life was like, you know, because it's 20 years.
Right.
But... it feels like there's just a lot of people in that movie that just doesn't seem to remember what the world before was.
Right.
Even if they seem like they're older.
That would make sense, but you'd have to remember like a lot of the really disheveled psychos, like I said, Humongous and his crew. You know what I mean? Those are just degenerates. You know, those are people looking for an excuse to wear hockey pads with big feathers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were looking for an excuse to be those people. The people that they probably just actually were. Yeah. You know? But as far as like the people that are ruled over by a Morton Joe, I don't get it. You know? Like, and I know it explains in novelizations. I actually looked this up a long time ago. It explains in some comic books and some video games, like that Immortan Joe was a survivor of the water wars, and that he just took over the aqueducts and then had, like, you know, just vagrants wander in and he took care of them. But like, I like that it doesn't show it in the movie, because you know, show, don't tell. But I need continuity for the world. I don't need continuity for him. I need continuity for the world.
Yeah. You need, we need to understand more about like the setting that all this is taking place in.
Yes, the setting is what gives me the continuity issues and the time. Like you said, you know, it can be.
You
20
can give
years.
us a vague idea.
A vague idea would be fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with vague,
But there's none.
but not none. Yes, that's just I get that. I need something, just a small hint at something, but it's beyond vague. It's just random things happening, and I have questions. I like the questions I have, and I like that it makes me think and wonder, like, what has Max been through?
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just, I don't know. I love these movies, but
There's never been a movie after it that's fucking told us those answers, you know what I'm saying? So that's the problem.
Yeah, that is a big problem, is that I haven't seen, there's nothing after it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that gives me, you know, any indication of what's to come, what happened before, other than the movies that I've already seen that are even way more out of continuity, because fucking I don't know where to place the one I really like at.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know what it boils down to?
What's that?
There's no closure.
Oh yeah, that's the big problem that I've had with the past two movies that we've watched.
Yeah.
Is that it's not a. You know what I really liked? I liked that Predators didn't give me closure.
Mm-hmm.
It's just two assholes on an alien planet with no way off, and them just been like, all right, let's try to find a way off.
Yeah.
Like, I like that. I like that ending.
Yeah, why wasn't the Predator a continuation of that? I'd like to see how they got off the planet.
Or if they did.
Or if they did. Or something. Anything. Anything. You could have given me anything that tied back into the Predators. And I would have been like, oh yeah, that feels good. But no, you gave me Gigantamax Predator. And fucking, it's not good.
We're going to have to retitle this episode, 'cause this is not purely Mad Max. This is me grabbing about continuity. But,
Yeah.
you know what? I think this has been fucking long enough. Let's go ahead and cut it here, and this can just be a shorter one. But yeah, people who write, directors, make movies, anything like that, if continuity is required, please fucking put it in there. We need continuity. I need to know sequence of events. It makes me crazy and it makes me mad.
If
But-
you're not going to have continuity, make it, just don't even have anybody from the past movies in it.
Yeah.
Change the names of the characters.
That would
Change
make
the
sense.
name of the movie. Make it be a part of the series, and but it's in the universe, but don't slap the fucking name on it. Like, you're trying to sell me a Mad Max movie that's not a Mad Max movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I mean, Mad Max Fury Road is a Mad Max movie, but
It doesn't have to be Max.
yeah, it doesn't have to be Max, and that's the continuity hang up.
Yeah, like apparently the next Mad Max movie is going to be titled Furiosa, or it was supposed to be. So, like, you can do that.
Yep. Like with Prey.
Exactly like with Prey.
But this has been Clearly Blind Productions, and we will see you guys on the next episode. It's been real good.
Wait,
Real fun.
wait, one more thing. I just remembered something. We have to maintain the continuity of these things. You guys realize that we fucking have to go back and listen to this shit to realize the references that we make so we can put these in order, because we do not save them that way.
Yeah.
Continuity
Yeah.
is important. That is my sign-off call. All right, y'all have a pleasant rest of your evening.